Great. Hi, I'm Leanne of Angel's Share, where the ninth sphere of heaven doesn't have to be found at the bottom of a bottle. If I recall properly, you filed Form GF0394 3 weeks ago with Agent. Sorry, just a sec. With Agent Lilico? Looking for a girlfriend under the Yandere classification of... Oh no. No! At Angel's Share, we don't share the same opinion of so many others that yanderes are deranged or mentally and physically unwell or capable of harming themselves or others at the flip of a dime. In fact, it's unfair that the status of yandere has to define so many young people all over the world, already struggling with the low part of sickness without being called sick all the same. Especially when a person can just as easily be so much more. Here, a girl who's a yandere can just as easily be a girl who's an insomniac, a girl who reads comic books, or a girl who loves whiskey. These are girls who willingly filed themselves as yandere. As one might say, they are vegan or non-religious or tall on several other apps. We just figure, why jump through all the hoops and be horrified when your boyfriend cuts your phone line when you could simply just expect it and learn to love him for his willingness to cut you off from the rest of your friends and family? Well, anyways, we just had a few follow-up questions to a few of your selections and just wanted to make sure it was filed correctly before we staged the meet cute. Well, love doesn't happen on purpose, especially not for a yandere. With our services, we strip away the inauthenticity that comes from the classic dating app by orchestrating elaborate and, may I just say, absolutely adorable scenarios that are certain to end with at least one person obsessed with the other. And when you're already interested in dating a yandere to begin with, most of our customers on your end of things are at least willing to admit to be on the fell harder end of the fell first spectrum, if I may be so crass as to say it. Oh, pardon. Please hold. Thank you for your patience. Now, where were we? Yes. Follow up for question 10C from the jocks section. When you said that you'd at the very least be fine if not accepting or extremely supportive of an athletic girlfriend, is it pertinent to you which sport she plays, or can that just be randomized? For some customers, they prefer a girlfriend who competes in the same sport that they do. But for others, a girl who's willing to just watch football with them is preferable to the type who wants to play it. And follow up from that. Do you want her to be more lean or on the more muscular side of things? As in, only subtly stronger than you? Willing to fake that she isn't if it makes you feel more secure in your own self-esteem? Or do you want her to be... You want her stronger than you. That's been our most popular package yet, if you can believe it. Quite a shocker to my boss, but, you know, dog heaven is squirrel hell, and a follow-up. How secure are you in yourself that you can handle a girlfriend who's visibly stronger than you, on a scale of 1 being, I'd grow resentful of my own incapabilities, and 10 being, this is a consistent and persistent fantasy for me? Well, please calm down. There's no need to grow so vocally weary. I hold myself as responsible to those girls as I do to you as your current acting agent. And your happiness is their happiness, and their happiness is yours. Insecurity from one can lead to disharmony for all. I have to ask, I'm sorry. If this section is upsetting you, we can just as easily circle back to it later. But based on your response, I have an idea of how you'd answer anyways. Now, next question. Question 1 from the prep section. For the question, do you actually want a hyper femme bimbo core Barbie girlfriend? And are you aware of the high emotional and physical cost ratio to be the healthiest option available? Or are you just a misogynist? We have a somewhat stuttery stop and start run-on sentence of a paragraph that stresses that she can more or less do what she wants as her own person, but polyamory and hypergamy doesn't appeal to you without a lot of consensual conversations prior. Well, the average response is usually somewhere in the ballpark of, how slutty is slutty really? Oh, nothing. We just like to highlight our favorite responses every once in a while. I'm not really allowed to highlight the blatant shallowness of our customer base's interest in women known for suffering from extreme attachment and abandonment issues, but I'm always pleasantly surprised when I hear a reply with some level of nuance despite it all. You know, despite it all. Sorry. In the goss section, question 4. Are you interested in the lifestyle or simply the aesthetic? It seems that I was instructed to circle back to fulfill a level of unprecedented context. In terms of lifestyle, this can mean the addition of animal skulls to your home decor, a spike in attendance to various smoky industrial warehouse raves, a higher consumption of tea, and the occasional attendance to a witchy, pagan, satanic summoning circle, which I can neither confirm nor deny that all these are wrapped up in the Yandere Goth Girlfriend Lifestyle Experience Package. But, for those uninterested in German expressionist artwork and attending poetry readings in vintage bookstores, we recommend the E-Girl, who dresses in much of the same modern gothic to punk ratio of fashion, but due to her implicit screen addiction and Gunnar femcel Venn diagram of tendencies, is more ethically maintained in small apartments with relatively low commitment partners. They do tend to brand into more niche subcultures curated by social media, such as cosplaying or drag, but Angel Share legally cannot be held responsible if your love interest is not as consistent as the simple label of goth or nerd or jock in the face of a human experience heavily reliant on the internal and external change and growth of the constant stream of time. So, to circle back to the initial question. Oh, indecisive? I got you. I'll flip a coin, and if you can tell which one is which, you'll earn yourself that thick mommy goth GF. Ugh. Last question. Thank you for your patience. Really, truly, good show of meet cute options. There are generally 2 methods we go about the process of meet cuting for the sake of cute meetings. For our particularly paranoid but highly romantic sorts, we're willing to give you a list of locations within your area and give you the chance to stumble upon your partner in highly specialized and idealized settings, such as parks, wedding rehearsals, bars, or the occasional hobby location like ice rink or craft store. Conversely, you inform us of all the locations you visited within a 2-week basis, and we'll organize your romantic encounter around your schedule. A low-commitment process on your part, and highly convenient at that. It's even been reported around these parts that the Yandere girls love a partner that looks disinterested and more willing to openly engage with and give chase, which is especially confident, especially helpful to those clients who struggle with confidence initially. There's only 2 hiccups our clients have found. One is that their meet-cutes are staged in incredibly unromantic situations, such as grocery stores or apartment entrances. Neither memorable nor story-worthy, nor even romantic enough for them to perceive it as the meet-cute, which can frequently lead to other problems if only one participant truly feels the spark. There's been at least once or twice where our aggressive, confident girls had to request a betting of the hatches when they didn't recognize the partner they were pursuing as the person they met in what otherwise was a seemingly innocuous interaction. The other bug is, well, somewhat self-evident. An organization consisting of matching yanderes to individuals willing and wanting to be loved by them, with full expectations of their behavior and a somewhat limited legal resource being hamstrung by violence and sex being granted across to clients consistent locales across a statistically average length of time. Some consider this some variety of either unsafe or unwise, potentially even punishing, or a traipse into martyrdom. I mean, just by calling this branch of the headquarters in specific has given me an approximate account of your location in terms of which, oh my god, you're only like 15 minutes away. I could totally just, I believe I made my point. It can be quite tempting, tantalizing, dangerous for all involved. I mean, come on. You really think Agent Lilico gave up a case like this with a cutie like you without a fight? It was tooth and nail, baby cakes. Tooth and... Oh, it looks like Form GF0394 filed successfully. I don't think I could pull that from the mainframe, even if I tried. Not that I'd really want to, of course, but without that last question answered... Oh, I suppose we can probably just surprise ya. Why take the spontaneity out of modern dating, right? Like, just because you know you're going to be on the verge of falling in love doesn't mean you should know when or how or why or, well, even who beyond the vaguest of appealing descriptors. We'll have a girl waiting to be yours in your neighborhood sometime in the next week or 2. Thank you once again for being a client of Angel's Share. Are there any other questions you'd like to ask me before I let you go? Oh, you don't have to worry about doing anything in the slightest. She'll find you. Bye-bye.